public and private worlds of the Deputy Prime Minister have collided in a blaze of attention. A newspaper has exposed how Barnaby Joyce had an affair with a staff member who's now pregnant. Mr Joyce's estranged wife has gone public saying she feels deceived and hurt, but government colleagues and opponents alike are calling for his privacy to be respected. Here's political editor Andrew Probyn.
It was in defence of a traditional institution during the same-sex marriage debate 2 months ago that Barnaby Joyce shared some personal news.
The current definition of marriage, which has stood the test of time, whether it's, and half of them fail, I acknowledge that. Obviously, I acknowledge that I'm currently separated, so that's on the record.
Marriage was, he said,
a special relationship between a man and a woman, predominantly for the purpose, if you're so lucky, as to bring children into the world, if you're so lucky.
Perhaps unlucky is to have your luck splashed on the front page.
Personal lives are personal lives.
Private lives and personal matters should remain private.
Family matters should remain private.
Labor also opts for discretion.
My criticisms of him are of his job. And frankly, his personal situation is none of my business.
It's something that I view as none of my business.
Mr Joyce's separation from his wife Natalie and his relationship with his staffer Vikki Campion have been well known in Canberra for months and were never far from the surface during Mr Joyce's by-election fight last year. A whispering campaign with innuendo and rumours fanned by his one-time arch-nemesis Tony Windsor on social media.
Gave me a vote.
It's difficult to tell whether voters would have acted differently in light of the revelation.
Would you have voted differently in the by-election had you known?
Yeah, I think so.
I suppose it would have affected maybe some people's voting preferences.
Keeping that quiet from the community is not really something that would go down well.
In a place like this, scuttlebutt swirls with such abandon that separating fact from fiction can be tricky. But even when facts are established, there's the question of what's in the public interest. Is it a crime? Have any rules been broken? Has there been any misuse of taxpayers' money? If not, shouldn't it remain private? Especially when you're dealing with a devastated family.
Naturally, we feel deceived and hurt by the actions of Barnaby and the staff member involved.
His wife Natalie says in a statement, adding that she and their daughters shared their lives with politics.
And it was with trust that we let campaign and office staff into our homes and into our lives.
I'd rather not share this with my closest friends, let alone the Parliament of Australia.
Labor MP Susan Lambs retold at length the story of her own parents' marriage breakdown.
I've been forced to rip that Band-Aid off a very painful story.
It's a story of loss that leaves her exposed to claims she could be a dual citizen. Andrew Probyn, ABC News, Canberra.